We didn't want to wait any longer to get out there and enjoy nature. The weather of the last days and weeks was miserable, but on Tuesday we saw a glimmer of hope. The forecast had above freezing overnight. If we wait too long, the mosquitoes will take over the north. As soon as the temperature rises to between 7 and 16 degrees Celsius, they will awaken. So we packed the jeep and booked a room for Wednesday night in Haileybury. Welcome to our escapades. Ursula is the navigator, my name is Dieter, and I'm the wheelman. We planned a round trip up here on Highway 11. This is the source of several of our previous videos. We camped at Martin River Provincial Park. We went off-roading on Rabbit Lake Road. We camped at Finlayson Point Provincial Park. We went off-roading on Red Squirrel Road. We visited the Heritage Silver Trail in Cobalt. On Thursday, we drove to Elk Lake on Highway 65 and followed Route 560 to go off-roading. After we explored the Forest Service Road, we continued on Route 560 to Highway 144 and headed south to Sudbury. Anyway, that was the plan, and here we were driving on Highway 11. We passed Gramp's place, and only a few meters after is the Rabbit Lake Road. The road has many side trails as well as camping spots with access to other lakes. Wishing you were fishing? Well, not during this trip. We passed Finlayson Point Provincial Park on the north arm of Lake Timiskaming. With a depth of 120 meters, the lake is great for fishing. There is a floatplane service in Timiskaming for fly-in fishing and hunting. Watching the plane take off from the water is quite a spectacle. We drove through the town of Timiskaming. You find all the outfitting services here. There is also a fire tower which is open to the public. The view from up there is really spectacular. Most rest areas were still closed. They open for the May long weekend. The washrooms here are usually well serviced. Continuing on Highway 11, and we just had our school bus encounter. Cool. Here we passed Red Squirrel Road. Lots of places to explore and several lakes to go fishing. We passed the exit to Cobalt. Here is the mining museum and the starting point to the Heritage Silver Trail. Over the past years, we found several abandoned mines in this area. One of them is the Silver Center ghost town that can be reached via an off-road trail. We continued towards Timiskaming shores and took the exit to Haileybury on Lake Timiskaming. It was time for dinner, and we stopped at the Whiskey Jack Brewery and Eatery. Our journey continued the next morning on Highway 65 West. North and west of Timiskaming shores is mostly farmland. It'll take about 20 minutes to reach Crownland. We saw sandhill cranes on the farmers' fields. Not a rare sight up here, but still impressive every time. We arrived in Elk Lake and crossed the Montreal River. The river is about 220 kilometers long and flows into Lake Timiskaming. Back in 2020, we made a canoe trip on the river just south of Cobalt. We left Elk Lake on Route 560 and 15 minutes later our adventure started. We got the trailhead coordinates from a map. Turns out, the trail has a name. It is the Roadhouse Tower Road. I found out later that this is a popular snowmobile and ATV trail. Only about 100 meters in, we crossed the bridge over the Bear River. This river flows into the Maccoby River and joins the West Montreal River in Elk Lake. We are not interested in side trails yet and drove the main road. The road surface was mostly in good condition, not a given after the snow and ice during winter. This is a nice uphill, washed out on one side and loose rocks on the other. It is still early in the season and there is water everywhere. If it is not flowing down the road, it is trapped in huge puddles. This area was logged years ago. The trees are mostly below eye level. That will be a bonus later on. The road is gradually climbing up, and we don't want the view obstructed by trees. We reached the crossing, complete with an impressive view and a fire pit. The sign hinted to a better lookout than we are currently enjoying. We reached the end of the trail, and now it is obvious why the sign said scenic lookout area. The massive rock bubble in front of us needed closer inspection. These are ATV tracks. Anything bigger would damage the trail. So get out the hiking boots and follow the trail. The last few meters was a bit of a scramble. The rock was smooth and slippery. Once on top, there is plenty of space. Yep, that was me on top of the world, and it was looking spectacular. It is a scenic lookout in all directions. When we planned this trip, we did not expect such an amazing vista. I guess this is one of the reasons why we venture into the wild. On the drive down, we could once again enjoy the landscape. Looking over the endless forests of Ontario. There were trees as far as the eye can see, no signs of civilization, and even better, no signs of rain. We stopped at a rock overgrown with moss, bright green and soaking wet from the rain of the previous days. It would be wrong to ignore the small wonders in nature. This is not the first time we got down on our knees and looked at the miniature world. Back down on the rough patch on the trail. A last drive through the alley of trees. Crossing the bridge again. And we are back on Route 560 again, driving towards Highway 144 and Sudbury. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you out there.